The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And welcome to another special edition of the Power Trading Hour. They're all special. It's just like when people say they're kids. They're all special. I don't love any one more than the other. They're all special. Anyway, it's a beautiful February 15th at the headquarters of Technical Trading and Investing, TFNN.com. It was kind of a rainy, kind of cloudy day. Kind of reminded me of being in San Francisco on a dank, cool day. Actually a little cooler in San Francisco mostly. But the sun came out. It's starting to dry the water up. We've got the Days of Thunder over in Daytona firing up those big engines. Gonna have basically 2 weeks of speed coming at us from Daytona. So always a good time to be down here in the fall. See a lot of plates. And, of course, we love them because we tax every hotel down here so we don't have to pay income tax. So come on down. You'll pay a few extra bucks for your hotel room, but it's nothing compared to me not paying additional state tax. So just think of me a little bit, if you could. Anyway, we've got a market out here that 2.5 billion shares, and it's down 1.5 points on the S&P cash. Just another week of going sideways, seeing a lot of these stocks and, basically running shorts back and forth, chopping, chop. We've got another one here today. This was, of course, on news. We've got billionaires duking it out. And it was like the Hatfields and McCoys. It was not a vendetta. What was it? What's like the Hatfields and McCoys? It was they don't call it a vendetta. They call feud. They're calling it hedge feuds between these billionaires. We've got Carl Icahn on one side and Ackerman on the other. But he was able to, I guess Icahn came out with his statement, and he basically owns 13% of Herbalife. Of course, Ackman's got probably somewhere around that amount of shares short, and tried to cause basically a short squeeze in the stock today. They were both out duking it out in the halftime hour on CNBC. Probably nothing to be gained in this, but very interesting to watch the stock open almost at the highs and sell off the rest of the day. I think Ackerman has done his homework, and Carl Icahn is actually basically trying to make the short-term money on a squeeze. But huge volume out there today. Who's going to win? My bet is on Ackerman. I have a feeling that he's going to make a compelling case that Herbalife is a pyramid scheme of some kind, and we'll have to see how that plays out. But seeing a lot of these stocks just with wicked movements intraday when the indexes can't move almost at all. Pretty good volume for a start on a Friday, 2.4 billion shares, but just hard to see. I actually added another position, and we've been talking about being short gold, and again, pretty wicked day to be along gold. I'm a happy warrior being short gold. Let me bring this up here so I can just see it a little bit better. Off almost $29 and what is that, 80 cents to 1605.70. And I suspect that gold kind of led this market up, and I think it's leading this market down. A lot of people are saying that, since there's nothing to be worried anymore, we need to sell our gold. I'm not exactly sure that's it. I just have a feeling that we've seen so many bubbles out here lately. We're going to look at some of these during the show today. But every time you try to push a stock one way, it goes the other. You think it's going down, it goes up, it goes down. The kind of chop. And this market really reminds me of exactly the late 1999 through probably 2001, where you had market moves that were, it wasn't uncommon to see 25, 35% moves every single day in some of the dot-com stocks out there. People were running them up, people were running them down. And if you knew what you were doing, it was easy to make a killing. If you didn't, you were getting chopped up. If you had a bad day, you could lose half of what you had out there. Anyway, some of the gold stocks we're going to get into. But what we have today is a test of the low in gold fields. GFI, it has gone below it. Looks like volume is going to be higher out here. Been talking a little bit about thinking that there was going to be a huge gap down. Really didn't so much get that kind of huge gap down. Got a little, but I think that there's still going to be a big opening gap day down, and that's probably going to set the low in gold. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to be there. But we see indexes in energy having massive swings over the last day. Also looking at some other stocks that are highly short. Anyway, we're going to go through the ones that are moving real good. We started with gold fields, and this thing, see if we can go back any further. Just been making lower low after lower low after lower low. You know, you can make a case here that it's going to have higher volume on a Friday. Of course, we are closed on Monday. I don't know if everybody knows that. Engineer Steve, do you know we're closed on Monday? Okay. I didn't know how many people are out there. So we're going to have a long weekend out here, and we'll have to see. He doesn't have his goofy hat on today, if you want to know. Oh, he has it with him? He just didn't bring it. It's kind of like looking at somebody in an aquarium. He's got this window. We've got this window here, but it truly looks like it. But oh, he's got a new one. It's not the goofy blue one. It's the goofy white one. He looks like the English golfer out there. Anyway, we were going to look at some of these other stocks, so let's get to it. On assignment, we're looking at this stock and see, what's going on out here. This is down fairly strong. On high volume is coming back to fill these gaps. In this case, it's coming back to the gap on January 2nd. I'm seeing a lot of these stocks come out with earnings or news. And what was this? Yeah, it's came out with earnings last night, and they didn't like what they heard. Huge volume down. And see, let me get up here. Just so I tell you truly what they are. On assignment, diversified professional staffing firm provides flexible and permanent staffing solutions in the United States, otherwise known as a body shop. So maybe things not going as well in hiring as people would think. We've got Biofuel Energies, one of these actually popping up with monstrous volume here today. BIOF is the symbol on that. Looks like this thing's probably setting up. I've seen some other stocks that we'll talk about today, setting up 3 advancing soldiers. You know, we've got basically that kind of move for an October 18th high at $7.80. You would think with this kind of energy and movement, that is probably where it's headed. If you were long, that would be a chance to get out. Yeah, I don't know, not too bad. 1.8 million shares on the October 18th high. CIMT, Cimatron. Now this is, if you're talking about stocks just taking off over the last couple of weeks, let's go ahead and find out about this one. But not a whole lot of volume, very, very light volume. We'll go back here just a little bit. But this thing started to bring up speed. This one looks like it's probably just a little bit out of wind. Develops, manufactures, markets, support computer-aided design and manufacturing product software. Offers Cimatron E, a CAD/CAM solution that provides tools, applications, and process automation solutions. Why can't they just say what they do? anyway, looking at this one, and might be putting out a nice little doji out here to form a top, but don't have any confirmation on it. We talk about Goldfields down here. Looks like it is going to have higher volume and break out that low. Herbalife we talked about. What else do we have out here? Another one, Icon Enterprises. This one's making what could be considered dot cloud cover. This is the investment business that Icon has. And, of course, he's been getting a lot of news on people believing that the short covering was going to make him a lot of money in Herbalife, but came pretty much the same kind of reversals we actually saw on Herbalife today. But if you look at the symbol IEP, you want to know whether Icon is doing bad or good out there in the marketplace. Pretty easy to see. IPG Photonics having a bad day out here. Maker of fiber lasers, fiber amplifiers, diode lasers, all the stuff you need to get basically fiber optic cable out and working. Having a bad day, a bad hair day. Let's see. I wanted to see out here, see if we've got the headlines for it. Battle versus Open Table, 5 stocks. Again, bad news on earnings. Let's see if there's anything more in the details. IPG Photonics had run from the November 1st low of $51.34 all the way up to this high yesterday of February 14th at $70.11 on basically 820,000 shares. Going to do 3-4 times that volume today, and yeah, probably a pretty good indication this thing over time is going to want to work its way back down to the $51.34 low that started this whole thing on November 1st. It may take a while to get there. Motorcar Parts of America, another one of these that's having a bad hair day, off on fairly significant volume of, what do we have here, 200,000 shares, pretty much a low volume stock. But when you want to talk about dark cloud cover or bearish engulfings, you can go back, a good month and a half on that one. Take a look at MPAA is the symbol on that. MWV, Medvesco Corporation. This one is actually breaking out and on volume. MWV is the symbol on this one. Not holding its high out here into the close, but a neat breakout. It is with a volume. You needed to do something about 1.2 million shares or higher, and you certainly did that. We'll take a look at this when we come back. I'm going to find out a little bit more about this one. Medvesco. Packaging solutions to the healthcare, beauty, and personal care, food, beverage, and tobacco market. We'll be back in a minute.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but the Drudge Report has 1 minute before it comes by. That is the asteroid. We've got to start playing the music from, what was that? Armageddon. You got to play the Armageddon music. The end of the world's coming. Dogs and cats living together. Just the end of the world. Total protonic reversal. If you love your Ghostbusters, some movie references there. But anyway, we've got a nice little asteroid coming by. One actually hit about the weight of a big truck in Russia. If you haven't seen that, it basically broke up just before it hit the Earth, and almost like a shotgun, blew out all kinds of windows, made holes, and I saw the pictures I saw. It looked like it landed in a frozen over lake or river. But we're not immune to these asteroids, but kind of interesting to see what's going on out there. Anyway, we're talking about Medvesco, and it basically a nice little breakout here as we're watching for the end of the world with the asteroid to come by. Of course, the Mayans were off to, we're safe. Drudge Report just said safe now here. It's already gone by. Another one, and this is the kind of pattern I'm seeing a lot more of than any others, and that is huge takeoffs in the morning, only to be sold off fairly large by the end of the day. National Financial Partners Corporation, NFP, went to a high of 2208 today. but it's been selling off pretty much through the rest of the day. This thing looks like it could be another one of those reversal patterns, so we want to keep an eye on that. In contact, SAAS is the symbol on this one. Again, a very high volume. One of the patterns of breaking out with higher volume, unable to hold those previous highs. In contact is a, take a look at that, cloud-based contact research software services and network connectivity. Again, one of these ones that doesn't actually have a lot of volume out here. And we're kind of looking at stocks that are not out there every day. Another one that looks like it's going to break out the bottom and go to the next level down is SanData Technologies. SAND is the symbol on that one. And the last major low at $10.67. We're about 6 cents higher than that for today's low so far. 1.4 million shares. We've got 1.3. Any kind of additional pullback would be problematic. I want to thank Z in the Den for bringing up Walmart, WMT. When we're looking at this, they are having a bad day, and it's getting worse. Down $2.44, or 3.5%, which is a big move for a stock like Walmart, putting additional pressure on this market. Doesn't have the volume, though. We are looking at the last the last major low with volume was 67.65, and looks like it may, what is that, 67? Yeah, it's going to close over that. So, so far, no damage, no foul, but this thing is at, what does it still need? Go to 68. So it still would need to go down another, 50 cents to test that November 19th low. So we want to keep on an eye on that. TGT also having a kind of a symbiotic relationship with Walmart. Also down. Volume is not that big either. This one's got a gap which probably looks like it's ready to come back and test after a day like this, and that would be down about 59.50. Probably get into that area and find out before we if we have any support in that. Silvercrest Mines, another one of the big movers out here today. Looks like it's headed back down to the low of $2.15. Very lightly traded. SVLC. Of course, none of these doing well today. In fact, let's check out Royal Gold, RGLD. We are actually short in the daily newsletter gold. I think I brought that up last week. It's got a little gap that is coming right back to on the $70 level. And I remember we had somebody that had bought had been calling in and had been buying puts and had March or April's on them. So he needed to get that $70 level on Royal Gold, RGLD. So I imagine he's probably one happy little camper. Maybe he'll call in today, or you will call in. 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648.
Just recently, on December 28th, Market Insight subscribers were advised to go long the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, on December 28th at $63.91, and only 2 trading days later, after a huge jump in the market, Market Insight subscribers were advised to sell the QQQ at $66.64 for a $2.73 or 4.27% profit to start off 2013. At the same time, Tom O'Brien had advised his clients looking for a more leveraged trade that they could have initiated a position in the QLD, the ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF, and over the same 2 trading days, Market Insight subscribers were able to lock in a $4.48 profit or an 8.47% gain in just 1 trade. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during your free trial and pay nothing. Don't miss out on the next great trading opportunity in 2013. Act today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at Nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we look at this market, starting to weaken a bit out here, let's take a look at it. But, volume had been picking up, still around 15, 16, so really not getting any movement. 250,000 or million more shares, 2.75 million shares. On a Friday, it's awful hard to get these things to crack. Probably more likely when we come back Tuesday, we're going to get a much better answer to this market. What can you say out here? It looks to me like we've got a lot of reversal patterns in the individual stocks. We've got a caller out here, and that's Kurt from Westchester. How you doing today, Kurt?
I'm doing good, and yourself, sir?
Fantastic. I am tired, though, and I sat there and looked at you all during the break, Kurt from Westchester, and then about nodded off. So we're going to have to... So I have to just keep talking here, I think, to keep myself awake. Anyway, what do you want to talk about today?
I've been playing on a momentum swing, SDY from 58. And I've been catching it because of all the politics going on.
Yep.
But I'm definitely getting a little nervous out here, so I'm trying to put my stop in about 64, maybe 64.27, and I'm also playing the QID just in case when it pulls back,
You put a stop in at 64?
I think I should bring it down a little bit lower now.
Are you talking about a target or a stop?
I mean, well, not a target, a sell.
Okay.
I put in a sell.
Yeah, so you put in a sell order for $64 and change or whatever, right?
Right,
okay.
right.
Okay, here's what I would do. Do you know how to put in a trailing stop?
Yes.
Okay. This is the only thing that's going to ever save you. If you looked at a lot of the charts that we showed earlier in the show, you just wake up one day and you're out of there. You're probably going to get a little pullback before this thing really cracks hard. But to me, when you get into these stocks that just are straight lines, like this was over the last, 20 trading days?
Yeah.
The only way I've ever found that I like playing it is just putting in a trailing stop and let the market take you out. And
okay.
that way, whatever you're willing to lose, what price are you in at?
58.
Okay. I think you know the old saying, bulls and bears make money, pigs get slaughtered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting greedy here, but I've been working so much.
I don't know.
But the idea is,
I don't know. I hear a little greed. I hear some greed. Too bad. We've set this thing up so I can play my sound effects, but I haven't got my greed. My greed is good sound effect from Wall Street. But I
think I do a little icon on this one, you know.
Yeah. We're trying to remember. It wasn't icon. Who was it? It was Ivan Boesky who said greed. Greed was good. That was the line from the movie, but it was actually from the junk bond trader Ivan Boesky in the 80s. But to tell you, when I see a stock like this,
get out.
Yeah, I mean,
get out.
Yeah,
right.
just take your money and run, because normally these things don't last. I've been seeing stocks take off, but even things like Herbalife, where there's a huge short position, everybody knows it. They're still selling it back in her day. So I'm seeing a market that, you're either going to be a huge winner on Tuesday or a huge loser, and I don't know which one it is. You're already a huge winner now. I would think about one. I don't know how big a position you have in, but I would probably think about two different ideas. One, take half of it off, and then that gives you basically twice as much downside to feel the same pain, but you leave a little in there, and maybe even put a trailing stop on that other half.
Okay, and then I was looking to move over to, like I say, on the pullback, I'm looking to move over to QID at a point.
Well, I mean, I've been looking at the summation index. I suspect, I can't pull it up right now, but if I had the advanced decline line, I suspect we're going to come in lower yet again today. And what do we have out here? Yeah, 15.15. It was about even. Maybe 55-45 when I left to come over here at 1 o'clock. I bet it's going to be 70 or 65-35 by the end of the day. Winners against losers, and 35-65 by the end of the day. And all these stocks are just going to be just down a little. And those are the ones that are going to probably worry me a little. But I think we're probably at one of the most dangerous parts in the market. I think a lot of people, we're going to wake up one day and we're going to see 50 or 75 point move in the S&P. So, to tell you the truth, do you ever play options?
I've been learning on the thing that you have with TFNN.
Right, on the options day. To me, this is. The options are so cheap today that it is almost impossible for me not to think about, even if you're just going to buy one and you're thinking about getting your toe in the water, this is the day to do it. We got a VIX that's 12.5.
My biggest thing is, because I work most of the time, 12-hour shifts. So I'm not in front of the computer all the time. That's my biggest thing,
Yeah, like I said though, it's probably going to come all at once. So you're either going to be on these trades a winner or a loser, but your risk is actually a whole lot less, where your upside is basically almost unlimited. So for this, options are a way of reducing risk, not adding more on. Even if you weren't in front of your computer, if it gapped down, I don't know if you have an automatic sell order, but a lot of those, they'll run it for a second and then, boy, you got stopped out. If you're really comfortable with your position on it right now, even if you just want to learn, this is the time to buy one call or one put, whatever you're going to do, because you're not going to find it easier to make money than right now in one. And when they get higher, this thing, VIX is probably 12.5 now. I'm banking on it running to 20 or 22 if we get any kind of downside. And I mean, toot sweet. It's been so low for so long that people are going to storm into these. And even if the stocks don't come down much, the premium's going to double. And that's where you're going to make your money. So I think, if you're really thinking about doing something like a QID, I'd also think about actually finding a put on one of those indexes available and really look at something, because it doesn't have to go down much for you to make a lot of money on options right now. When these puts, when they explode, this thing is going to be epic. And it will happen one day. I don't know if it's Tuesday or 3 months from now, but this VIX is not going to sit at 12.5 for very long. I actually took a position on volatility today in the newsletter. But there are a lot of different ETFs that you can go after and do that with. So just a thought, because the idea is when premiums are very high, options, basically your insurance price is very high. When we have a VIX like this, almost always your risk premium is extremely low. And when you do that, you can really make some money on the option side. And two, you don't buy a whole lot of options just because you can. Options are a way to reduce risk. So if you were going to buy 100 shares of something or sell 100 shares, you buy one contract for that 100 shares. You don't buy 10 contracts because you want to add more risk to your portfolio. It's a way of actually using less money and putting it all together. But I think today is the day, and maybe through the close here, to be looking at placing a downside risk bet, especially in puts, with this low VIX. Anyway.
All right. Thank you. I very appreciate the information.
You bet. And we go on to Barb in Seattle, LNKD. What are you thinking about, Barb? Hello?
You still got me locked in.
Oh, okay.
LNKD?
There we go, Barb.
I gotcha. LNKD?
Yep.
Target, and what do you think it'll pull back to?
135.
Oh, okay. So now would be a good time to sell it, huh?
If you're long this thing, you've made a lot of money. Do we have another pig at the trough here if you're long this, making a lot of money and not selling?
Exactly. You want that last penny, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was writing somewhat my newsletter about, and I'll show this chart when we come back. We were talking about yesterday. 3D Systems down another, what, $3 or $4 or whatever it was. This market is so bubble-ridden out here right now that if you're not taking money, or at least buying down, like I said, even if you wanted to hold this stock, if it's long-term, I'd be buying puts. It is so dirt cheap right now that it makes me think, it just screams out when I was looking at charts this morning, that if you could insure your house for $10 for the next year, would you do it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And that's what, these options and puts are so cheap now. At what price range are you long?
118.
Okay. I'm going to say, I need my little sound effect piggy squealing sound here, because I think I tell you what, if you think you want to hold this even longer, I would buy puts today, or I'd take my money. You've got a beautiful trade out here. You've made a lot of money, and this thing is probably, every other stock I'm seeing take off like this is come back and filled about halfway through the gap. That's going to put you in about 135, and earnings are great. They're one of the few companies out here that truly understood how to make money. They're not Facebook. They figured it out. They know who they're charging. Google's the same kind of company. And these companies can have huge long runs it's an easy to understand business model, and why I hate Facebook and love this stock. It's been the best one of the IPOs over the last year and a half. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, other than you've had a huge move out here, and probably getting a doji out here on light volume today. I would either be buying downside protection or selling it.
Okay. Do you got time for one more?
Sure do.
NSM?
MSC Industries?
NSM Mortgage?
What's the symbol again?
N.
Oh, NSM.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought you were saying MSM. Okay. National Star Mortgage Holding Companies. This one's got some dark cloud cover on it. Looks like it wants to come back about 38.75. Light volume so far here today. This thing did not break above previous highs with higher volume. You've got, what's this doing out here? You've got a nice gap up. It came back and filled that gap. It's coming up, but the volume's never come back into it. I'd say this thing is over time headed back to probably $34.
Oh, okay, great.
What are you along this one?
Yes.
Man, I just got the heebie-jeebies since Walmart started doing the dry heaves today. Some of these other ones, I'm looking at the volume, 1514 on the S&P cash now. If we get some kind of ugly closeout here, I think we could certainly start seeing it continue on Tuesday when we come back. So buy puts, sell if you got it.
Okay, thank you for all your help.
You bet. Have a great day.
You bet. Bye.
You can give me a call also at 877-927-6648. Again, if you missed it earlier in the show when I was talking, I think gold kind of led us up to that $1,800 level. The market kind of fell behind it. Gold's been selling off for a while. I think we're now starting to see that pull back. Probably the other thing that worries me the most is over the last 4 months, technology has been the worst performing sector in the marketplace. If we were doing very well, people would be buying more technology. They'd be buying more computers. They'd be buying more software, and they're really not. And that tells me that there's a fundamental disconnect somewhere in this marketplace. And as long as we continue to see that kind of movement, it's going to scare me. I may be wrong for a little while, but we can see some major pullbacks in this market. And wouldn't be surprised to me to see us back into the 1420s in just a few trading days once this thing crests, because they've been holding this up on light volume for, weeks now, or months. And, we could come back to that January second and third days in the S&P, I think, with absolutely no problem. In fact, all the stocks are acting that way already. So I continue looking at that. We have a phone call? We do. Oh, there it just popped up. We've got it's phone call city. Lewis in Tampa. How you doing today, Lewis?
Good, Dave. How about yourself?
Fantastic. What do you want to talk about today?
Autodesk.
Okay.
ADSK.
Mm-hmm.
It's been sort of moving horizontal here.
Yep. There's either a big seller in distribution. You want to wait and hold through the break?
Sure, you got it.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute with Lewis in Tampa. We're going to be talking Autodesk. I've been working with 3D objects all week, so I'll be looking at, and I did a lot of business with Autodesk. I'll talk about it when we come back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll
get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of tfnn.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
If you could be granted one wish when it comes to trading and investing, what would it be? Would you like to learn how to make consistent profits on a continuous basis? I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and recently I discovered a trading pattern more powerful than anything I've ever experienced before. This pattern works on all instruments in all time frames, and on February 20th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., I'll teach you how to master this pattern and show you how if you began trading with $100,000 on September 14th, 2012, you could have created $35,000 in profits in 4 short months. This trading pattern will transform your life, and the live online webinar is available to subscribers of my Mastering Probability newsletter. And now is the perfect time to sign up. Plus, if you're not completely satisfied for any reason whatsoever, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee with absolutely nothing at risk. This is a decision you won't regret. 60 minutes that will change the way you trade forever. Sign up for Mastering Probability today at tfnn.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
And as we come back, we've got Lewis on the phone still from Tampa. How you doing today, Lewis?
Good, good.
Love the sun came out. I thought it was going to be dreary all weekend. The sun's come out. It's starting to look good, or at least it did when I walked in the building here.
Yeah, it's getting pretty nice.
Yep. So anyway, we got Autodesk out here, a company that I'm infinitely familiar with. I spent a long time in special effects in Hollywood. They always had a program called 3D Studio Max, which is an animation program. And I've been working with an animation program all week long to make a little logo for something we're doing here at TFNN. So it's brought me back to those days in early 90s when I was working with this company. Actually, I made I developed a program and sold it called Lockstep that basically took an animation digital disc recorder and locked it to 3D Studio. And so bringing back some old memories here with Autodesk this week. But yeah, you're seeing this stock move sideways. And you either got somebody buying a lot or someone distributing. And my guess is it's distributing. This thing's doesn't look like the wheels are going to fall off, but looks to me like it can get back to that gap around $36. When is that out here? The second. Like a lot of these, I think this whole market's setting up to come back in second. I think we could blow through those, but I think just any kind of normal retracement in this market would probably take us to those January 2nd, 3rd gap ups. So
my take on it was that I was looking historically at the quarter 4 earnings, which is coming up on February 25th. I was thinking that's maybe why we're having this sort of horizontal movement, and everybody was waiting for earnings. And then, seeing that they haven't missed quarter 4 earnings historically, I thought maybe this stock was going to pop up to its, like 45 mark.
Now, let me put my take on the stock market.
Yeah,
is that we're bipolar. We're either manic or depressive. Things are either getting better or they're getting worse. There's no whole lot of we're just going to tread water for a while. Things are either better or worse, and either you have somebody holding this thing up and selling it, or somebody holding it down and acquiring it. And normally you don't acquire it after a big gap up. So normally that's somebody that's selling that sideways. That would be my take on it. They're a big company. I guess the biggest thing is from following them is that they just, they're getting into some 3D printing utilities, because basically 3D printers need everything that Autodesk does. And a lot of this rally up here has been like that. It just hasn't cracked with them. But to tell you the truth, my guess is that a lot of that movement has been on, people using 3D printers and using software like AutoCAD to make the models to print the things with. In fact, 3D Systems bought a huge library of their old models to make available to people that bought their printers. But I'm thinking that this is in the 3D space. You've got the printers, and now you've got the CAD thing going sideways. I would just be nervous on the thing. But to me, it's probably not a 100% correlation, but there's probably 25% correlation of these blow-off tops, I think, in this, because a lot of people thought that that this was going to be a big deal. Autodesk has spent a lot and is spending a lot of money getting ready to print 3D bio tissues. Things like noses and ears, and they're really getting into this with the pharmaceutical people and a lot of the biotech people. So I think there's a lot to come out. It's just going to be a while. Just short term, I think that this thing and the rest of the market's probably pulling back to that January 2nd takeoff. You have a great day, Lewis, and we'll see you all next week. Same bat channel, same bat time.